everyone.
Hello, hello.
Hey everyone, hear
Hello,
me.
hello.
Hey everyone.
I'm just gonna wait for confirmation from somebody that the audio is working correctly, and then we can get started about this month's awesome announcements. Awesome, thank you, Destiny. All right. Um, well, hello everyone. We're having a quite nice set of announcements today, so I'm going to talk to you a bit about what we've been doing for the last month, the kind of new updates that we had there, as well as what's coming up next. And um, as usual, we'll do our Bazaar showcase of some of the awesome content that we have on the Bazaar and give out a gift card as well, as is our uh, uh, tradition, I guess. All right, so um, let me see here. Um, First of all, I'd like to welcome Arcanist to our team. Starting today, Arcanist, who you may know from his work with the Foundry community, various module development, the Worldsmith community as well. He's joining the Forge as of today as an intern, basically, just for this summer. So he'll be working on the D&D Beyond conversion for the next month and a half, almost 2 months. Um, and he is a uh, I mean, he's well known in the community already as a great developer. A lot of experience under his belt. Um, a lot of development work that he's done that is really promising, and I have great hopes that we'll be able to provide one of the big changes that I wanted with the D&D Beyond conversion for a long time now, and haven't been able to get to that. Arcanist will be able to just dedicate the next couple of months to that task, which is really great because we'll be able to fix some of the issues that we've had with, for example, Lost Mine of Fendelver. I've heard some people complain that, when the conversion is done, the scenes with all the walls and lighting are actually the walls are actually the maps with the GM uh, notes and tiles on them instead of being the player version of the maps. So that's just kind of like one issue that's a side effect of the current way that the metadata is being imported. So we're going to refactor the whole thing and hopefully have some really great announcements on that regard. Um, Something else that yay, Arcanist is in the chat. Hi. Something else that uh, we're going to be doing very soon is the hiring that I've spoken about in the last dev stream, but we're moving forward with it. We were supposed to have the job postings for today, but we're just a little late on that, mostly due to Quebec's Bill 96 that we had to research. It's a new bill, a new law that's very controversial here in Quebec. And it's causing some issues with how we can post job postings and the language and things like that. So we had to research that a bit to make sure that we are not running afoul of the law. But yeah, we will be posting those very soon. Um, hopefully this week, maybe next week. We'll see. But the important part is that we will be opening at least two positions in the Forge for a full-time position here, and we'll be hiring both a software developer that would be in charge of working on the back end of the Forge, as well as a sysops, DevOps, sort of a sysadmin role, so that they can work on, you know, improving network reliability, adding more stability overall to our infrastructure, and not just kind of like adding that, but also just being able to dedicate full time on doing some of the changes that we need to handle, such as, you know, we've been talking about LiveKit recently. We've done some of the LiveKit integration for North America as well as Europe. We added Asia, but we still haven't done it for Australia yet because there's some work that needs to be done in terms of the infrastructure setup to get that working, and it's just a lack of time basically with everything that we need to be doing. So having someone just being dedicated to taking care of tasks like this will free up the other developers' times to work on other stuff. Just making sure that, you know, we're able to provide a premium experience for our users. So senior Linux system administrator and sysops, DevOps roles. And we're mostly looking for people who have experience, so not a junior position. These will be senior positions. We're basically looking for people who might tell us how to do things rather than us telling them how we want them to do things, right? So we want to have someone bring in some knowledge to help us improve our stuff rather than learning as they go. So that's really important for me. Very important portion of the job offering here is that the positions are going to be Canada only. If it's Quebec, it's even better. So we will be given priority to Quebecers, but it's mostly going to be Canada, unless, you know, it's a magical unicorn, someone who's really interesting that we just can't let go, who is not in Canada, then, you know, we might consider it. But we are mostly going to be considering Canadian developers for this job. And that's mostly for various administrative reasons and complexities that are going to be much easier for us to handle by having someone in Canada. So yeah, the salary range for those will be posting them as well as part of the job posting. I know that the last time we didn't post a salary, you know, expected salary for when we did our hiring, and that was because we didn't really know what kind of developers what kind of roles we were going to be hiring, or it's also depended a lot on where the people were living and all that. So it was really quite complex. But since this is, you know, Canadian specifically, we're able to have a much better idea on kind of the salary range that makes sense, as well as a very specific role, right? It's not, hey, we want anyone who can help us. It's a very specific job description, so we're able to give a more defined salary range. And for that, you'll see that with the job posting, but it's going to be around $80,000 to $100,000, depending on the qualifications, the experience, and all of that. So yeah, that's kind of it for the hiring phase that we'll be doing by the end of the week or next week. You'll see the announcements, you'll see the job postings, and we'll be able to go from there. Um, so one thing that I want to show you is with regards to what we have actually added in the last few weeks, more specifically in yesterday's big update that we've been working on, and we made the release yesterday. Um, so if we go looking here, we now have linked accounts. So you can um, you can link your accounts with Patreon. You could always do that before, although Patreon has its own little section here because you'll see your pledges, and we're working on the Patreon integration. But now you also have Google and Discord. So if we want, I can link this account with Google. I think that's gonna fail because I already have another account. Yeah, I already have an account. That's uh, that's linked with Google. But so if you want to go and do a login, you can also just sign up directly with Google or Discord to create an account. But I can go and just sign in with Google and then just select the account, and I go straight into my account. So you can now sign in with your Google account and Discord account, just like Patreon had, which is really cool because I think a lot more people are using Google than people using Patreon. And I wanted also Discord because that's where a lot of us are with regards to the support to the community, both with Foundry as well as the Forge. So that's really cool. I think one of the features that we'll add soon is to be able to give a Discord role. If you link your account, you'll get a role in our Discord server, so uh, you can actually show that you're, a Forge user or kind of what tier you're on or something like that. That's going to be pretty cool, and it will also let us know, if you're complaining about an issue with your game, for example. We don't need necessarily to have you create a ticket, just share in private your email address so we can then look up your account. We could potentially just look up your account just from the Discord ID and be able to see what your game has, so we can debug it for you more easily that way. So that's going to be pretty cool. There's also another big change. So you notice, well, maybe you don't, but I believe we had like 6 or even 7 cars per row here before. It was kind of tightly packed. Now we have um, a much better view here. You only have like 4, and you also see the last row here. You have 3 like this, whereas before these would be stretched, or if you had one, that one would take the whole space. So it was very inconsistent. It wasn't that great. You also had, each row would have a different height. Like these would be shortened here. These would be very short. So it was very, very inconsistent browsing behavior. So now it's much cleaner. We added these, scroll bars, which make it, which allow us to have that consistent height, which basically takes the whole page. If you resize, if you have like a smaller window, that height will also adapt accordingly, and you'll see also the banner here would have taken a lot more space just to fill in the sides. Now it doesn't anymore, so this is really cool. You have a more uniform browsing experience for your games, and it's just going to make it easier to find your games and things like that. So just cleaner, and that's great. And another big feature that I'm really proud of, that was worked on by Phi, is the party chat feature. So you can create a party chat in any of the games, and it's just clicking about the chat button, and it creates this group chat, um, where you can, it's in the in our forums, and you can send messages and all that, obviously, and you'll have your history there. Um, but the nice thing is that, let me actually log in with my other account, and I'm just going to uh, join this game. Give me a second to log in. I'm just going to join this game from my other account, so you can see here. So as soon as I click on the invite link and join the game, you'll see here the system has invited me to it. And so if I go to the chat, I am part of. So the system, it will always be there, because they're the ones that create that. What? The Forge site died? I'm seeing some messages here. It's not. I'm currently on the site, demoing some stuff. It's working as far as I know. It seems to be working just fine and fast. So NetMouse, that does not sound like there's any issue, as you can see. So anyway, as I was explaining, so you have uh, the system um, account is the one creating the party chat, so they'll always be there. Then you have all the players that are there. And if I leave the game here, I just leave the game, and you'll see I got removed from the chat. So that's how the party chat works. And the nice thing also about it is that if you're currently chatting in it, it's fine. But if you're inactive, you're not in the chat, then you will, as part of the forums, you will automatically get email notifications about the messages that you missed, which I believe you can just go to your preferences and configure how you want your notifications to, you know, after 4 minutes of not reading a new response, you would get an email about it, or disable it entirely, etc., etc. So you can configure those settings automatically. So that's pretty cool. Let me see. What else? Just checking on the chat here. All right. Oh, I see. So Netmos, your error seems more like Foundry is not responding for whatever reason. It might be if you did a system upgrade and it's migrating data. Foundry has that issue, which has been fixed in V10, from what I've heard. So yeah, thanks you, Captain Robier, for Robert. Sorry, for the congrats. Yes, 2 year. That was last month. We did 2 years of the Forge. It's been a pretty wild 2 years. Thank you. All right, so let's see. What did I want to talk about here? So the party chat, which basically integrates your Forge games with the with our forums, and you can, if you start the chat, it will create that new. It's private messaging basically with a group, and you can also, if you go to here in the configure game, you also have the start button. You can also clear the party chat, which will basically delete that whole thread, the whole private message group. and after deleting it, you can start it again. So you can see, like, for a new game, you have the start party chat button instead. Um, it's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I think almost 2 years now that it's something that we had planned but didn't get to do it. And there's more that's gonna be coming with the Discourse integration, where you'll have something like a calendar, like when the next game is, potentially integrating with Google Calendar as well, because the forums have that capability. And so we'll be able to potentially have here a section where you can say the game runs every Monday at 8, and it will automatically set that up, where you'll see the calendar in the party chat, and it will also sync with everyone's Google Calendar if they have linked their Google account, things like that. So that's kind of where I see this vision going forward, with a little bit more of integration between all the various services, whether it's our forums with the Forge, or the Forge with Foundry, or the Forge with D&D Beyond, or with Google Calendar and things like that. I love integrating stuff, so that's probably where we're gonna take that feature in the future. Um, so yeah, if you run the game for a lot of people, if you're a paid DM or anything like that, and you want to notify your players, you don't know if they check their Discord, they check the messages or whatever, you can just leave a message in the party chat, and you'll know that they'll be receiving an email notification with your message soon. So that's cool. It's available for everybody right now on the Forge. That was part of yesterday's update. So yeah, apart from that, we have made quite a few small polishing changes. As I mentioned, with the description of the games now having the scroll bar, and the games having a bit more width and a bit cleaner uniform um, uh, game cards and all of that. There's also small improvements to the import wizard UI, so you can see. Um, I mean, it's nothing particularly to talk about, but um, I won't demo it. But there were some small visual improvements there with the import wizard. That I mean, we've been wanting to redo the whole UI here and just make it a bit more modern. Um, we haven't gotten to that, but we still got to improve some of it in the meantime. So that's pretty cool. I mentioned earlier also we expanded the life kit support to the Asia region. It currently also works in Australia, in the Oceania region. Um, but it will be using the Asian servers instead of the Oceania servers. So it might be slightly more latency than what you would be getting with your games, but it should still work quite well. And we'll be upgrading stuff to have servers in Oceania itself soon, hopefully with the new sysadmin position that we're opening. They'll be able to help us move forward, because the Oceania servers are a completely different infrastructure, that will be uh, a bit harder to move things to at this time anyway. So yeah, we did various optimizations um, uh, for the Forge in general. There was one module that was very badly behaving, and it was causing so many issues. So we were forced to kind of uh, work uh, against it, sort of. I mean, we've had people even having issues where Chrome itself was giving errors saying you are sending too many requests per second, and Chrome itself was not able to handle it. So um, yeah, there were some modules that were behaving badly, and obviously that caused a lot of uh, server load. So we had to make sure that we were able to handle things smoothly, and we added some rate limiting. It's probably not going to trigger for anyone, so it's very uh, benign, let's say. But we did add some of these optimizations. So now, for example, if you're browsing the Bazaar files from within Foundry, it's going to be a lot snappier as well. You might notice that. And one big change that I'm very happy about, that will be rather interesting to the module developers out there, is that um, we found a way to make it smoother to transition, not transition, but rather to load ES modules from one module to another, which has been something that, generally speaking, like from a philosophical standpoint, you should never do. You should not be breaking out of your sandbox as a module and importing private files from other modules. That's just bad in terms of isolation and things like that from a software development standpoint. But some module developers did that, unfortunately, and that caused some issues on the Forge. But that should not be an issue anymore with some of the changes that we did. It will automatically detect those and redirect the files to the correct URLs and things like that. And it's just going to work much more smoothly for everybody. So I'm very happy about this because it's been, the Forge works without changes for your module in 99% of the cases, but there's that 1% that can be a bit troublesome, and now even that is taken care of mostly. So yeah, I'm very proud of having been able to achieve that. I would still recommend that developers do not do that because it's not a good idea, but yeah, it's something that's available if you're forced to do it for whatever reason, especially like if you're, subclassing something. And finally, something that we've been testing for the last month or so is the ability um, to use Cloudflare proxying. So if you go to your configuration settings, you see this option here, use Cloudflare connections. You can enable it, and what it does is basically makes your WebSocket proxy in Foundry go through Cloudflare, which will generally improve performance if you are in a remote region. We have seen a lot of positive reports from users that mention that they have that improvements visible to them. Like someone recently told me just yesterday that they've been traveling, camping and things like that all over the country, and when they had like very bad internet connections or in very remote areas, it would generally be slow to load into the Forge, and that has been improved by having just this option. So now that option is available to everybody. I also had someone in South Africa who had 2 to 3 minute loading times into their games because their ISP in South Africa was having bad routing configuration to get to the servers in Europe. But by using the Cloudflare option, he loads into the game within 20 seconds, so much faster because it's just better. So that's really cool. And something else that even if you have it disabled, you have 1 in 2 chances of actually using the Cloudflare connection. So this is our way of testing the reaction, and so far we haven't had any reports of any issues. We have only seen positive results, but we're testing to make sure that everything is running smoothly for everybody. And very soon we'll just remove that option entirely and just have it automatically enabled for everybody, 100% of users. Right now it's 50%, give or take, and then you can enable the option to force it to always be on for you specifically. But yeah, soon we'll be able to do that, and it will just improve um, the connections for everybody, more specifically for people in remote locations. So that's something I'm really happy about. Um, and that's kind of it for our announcements. I think We do have a gift card giveaway. I believe it's hashtag giveaway in chat. To be entered into that. And I will give um, uh, Destiny Gray the. Let me just make sure that I have the Discord stuff set up properly here. So yeah, I'll give Destiny Gray the. I don't know how you say that in English. I think I need to write that down because I think every dev stream I have the same issue in trying to find the right term here. Um, I'll let him take over, basically. Like in French, it would be I'll give him the hand, but it just feels like it doesn't translate well. I'll
I
give
think
him the
maybe
hand.
give me the floor.
Yeah, I think that would be the right.
Yes, yes. Also hand me the reins, I suppose.
Yeah, Phalanx in chat here just said hand the reins. Yeah, that
Yeah.
works.
It's an English thing because we ride horses here in America.
I see.
That's
And
why
friend-
it's horsepower because we stuff horses into our car engines.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Lots of tiny horses, right?
Yes, Florp the pig, Nickel. That's correct. Right.
All right, so let me switch to the Discord scene so you'll see
So
Destiny.
just
Hey,
as a
you're
reminder,
live.
everyone. Yep. You do hashtag giveaway in chat. Just hashtag giveaway or # giveaway if you're old enough, and you'll be entered into the giveaway. Can everyone hear me? By the way.
Think they can? I hope
Good.
they can.
Sounds good. I'm just seeing my camera on the stream, unless I'm missing something.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I do have a magnificent beard right about now, but
You do.
yes.
I was
All right.
wondering why aren't you streaming the screen yet, but didn't realize I had to switch the view in Discord. My bad.
Well, I'm glad to once again be to do this bizarre showcase for everyone. I will be sharing the packages I am showcasing in chat right now. And first, we are starting off with the Catacombs map pack by Moonlight Maps. Moonlight Maps is another one of these creators with dozens, if not hundreds, of map packages by now, and they're all very good. This one depicts some more disturbing, more interesting content. I don't believe the audio will come through, but we enter here and we're immediately granted with the sound effects of something dank, as in wet and moist and damp.
Yeah, I
You
can
can
hear
hear
the water dripping.
exactly. And if you look closely, these aren't just gray cave walls. These are piles of skulls. There's skulls piled into every nook and cranny of this cave. We find ourselves in an awful catacombs of some sort, where the bones of the dead number in the thousands and litter the cave floors, the cave walls, and deep within some sort of dreadful pit. It's a very interesting map too because a lot of catacomb maps will depict something more tomb-like, more dungeon-like, something more of the traditional D&D map, right? But here we have something a lot more open, a lot more disturbing, and something where I think player vision can really shine because you can see long distances if you have the right vision. And it's really a much more interesting, larger map with this land bridge here that you can navigate through. Plenty of cover, but it's small cover. You can easily be flanked or circumvented. And there's this nice one-way wall here. Oh, it's so lovely. I mean, look at this. You can look out over the entire map from this one-way here because it's up the staircase, so you have height on people. Kind of brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the perfect emblematic case of how good the lighting in Foundry is. I mean, let's go down here.
I'm totally
Oh,
seeing
look.
some enemies waiting on ambush on those higher levels there, and the poor adventurers just walking down the middle path and getting ambushed from both sides.
Call them victims, but yes, adventurers is a good word too.
Yeah.
Uh, it's really a thinking map. It makes you wonder what kind of people would pile up all these skulls against the walls like this. What kind of monster would do this? This isn't the only map the package comes with either. If we scroll all the way down here, we can take a look. These are all the maps that come in the package. Catacombs, and you even get a canyon pass to go along with it. So you can like go along the canyon pass and then be entering from the canyon pass into the catacombs here. And there's even variants of it. There's cave with light beams. There's one with skulls. There's ones with ice skulls. So it's basically got something for whatever you might need in your adventures. It's only $6.99 on the Bazaar for the entire map package. And as a reminder, the Bazaar Marketplace is available for all Foundry users. Whether you self-host or you run on the Forge, you can buy our packages and use them anywhere.
I'm gonna post the link to it in the chat.
Sounds good.
Well, you did already, but I'm gonna post it again.
But you know, sometimes music helps set the scene too, especially for a map like this. Listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
We suddenly get some good spooky music, and it has a good balance. I've noticed a lot of adventure music tries to be kind of background noisy, like something that blends into what's ongoing. I think it's nice, but I think sometimes having a bit of more of a strident note, something that's a little more exposed, a little more outgoing, really helps set the mood a lot better. Because it's not trying to be ambient, it's trying to make itself known. And this music definitely enhances the scene. Imagine you enter here and this music starts playing. It sounds kind of ominous, but like not spooky ominous, just ominous. Like the players or the victims have walked into something way over their heads, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this music is the Spooky Serenades package by Micro Music. You might know Micro Music as the man who's made a million songs, or woman, or whatever. I don't know, but they make good music, whoever they are. And oh gosh, I mean, let's do a haunted waltz even. Listen to this. Oh, that's such a good waltz. Oh, that's some really good. Perfect for a haunted ballroom, right there.
I need this.
Yeah.
I need this absolutely.
Yeah, and it's so good because you can basically outfit yourself with Micro's music's very cheap. He sells his stuff stupidly cheap. It's kind of amazing. And you have music for any situation. It's so good too. Like this is perfect for your kind of Curse of Strahd campaigns I know you love to run, boss.
Yes. That's why I said I need this. Because to me, music is so important for just that immersion. And there's a specific place where this would be absolutely perfect for it. I'm currently using a harpsichord kind of music, but it's not as good as this. This would just be perfect.
And you even have the nice little haunted toy music sound. Like spooky Harry Potter music, you know? Literally called Spooky Time. I love it.
Oh, yes.
So, Micro Music basically has you equipped for every spooky situation you'll want to cover. He has the normal kind of ominous music for like a general fantasy adventure. He has the ballroom music. He has the haunted toy house music. And all this is available on the Bazaar Marketplace, Spooky Serenades, and only $3.99. $4.
Nice. Very nice.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I spent over 100 hours looking for the right music for my Dead House one shot, and I feel like I'm gonna just throw that all away and just look at these and redo all the music for that one shot. I feel like they're better than what I've found so far.
Yep. And only again, this is $4. That's like the cost of like a card booster pack at the Walmart checkout, guys. It's stupid cheap. This is less
It's
than
a
a
coffee.
Starbucks drink. Yeah, it's less than a Starbucks drink, you know? When do you order a small Starbucks drink? You don't order a small Starbucks drink. Anyone who says they order like a venti is lying. Anyway, but here's where things get interesting, where I like to imagine. So we've got this map, we've got the music. Let's just get it playing. Music. Turn it down a little so it's not too overwhelming. And we're going to be moving on to our next package, Kobold Choices Volume 3 by Dumb Human Drawn. They might have Dumb Human in their name, but they don't seem dumb if you look at their art. They have so many Kobold token art. More than 100 of them in this single package, and they have 3 of them so far. So they've got over 300 tokens of kobolds, just kobolds alone. So if you've ever wanted to throw a kobold only adventure at your players, I know there's a good one on DM's Guild that isn't set up for VTT, but I'll have to look it up. But it's just the amount of kobold you could throw at your players with their content here. Let's take a look at it. Prize. So we have good old Nosferatu here, the latest victim to the catacombs. And you've set up the map, you've set up the music, but you need an enemy. And soon the victims discover that this isn't some sepulchre, a city of the dead. There's no necromancer lining the walls with the skulls of the vanquished. Instead, there's 100 little orange eyes peering out of the darkness. You hear scratching on the walls below as they amble up the walls of the cave with practiced ease, gripping familiar footholds as you hear the cackles and chitters of 100 foul, cruel kobolds, ready to add your skulls to their collection. Amidst this blood, amidst this death wave awaiting you, hundreds and hundreds of kobolds crawling out of the darkness. The party has to rally their weapons. It will not be an easy fight. These asset packages help supplement your existing content in Foundry VTT. They give you a familiar base for you to work with off the fly. Like, let's take a look at all of this. Like, you see here that they not only have variants on art, they have different colors, different weapons, different kinds. We have some astral monks here. We have paladin kobolds, ranger kobolds, mounted kobolds. Every kobold you could ask for, and this isn't even their first package. This isn't even their only package on the bazaar. There's so much kobold art in here. And it's all available to you instantly after you've purchased it. You just enable it, and it's there. You don't even have to restart your game because it's an asset package.
Asset pack, yeah. That's
It's
cool. Alaric actually DM'd for us a Kobold Only adventure very recently, so this is pretty cool.
It's great to have these overhead tokens, and I know a lot of people love them, especially because it helps the verisimilitude a lot better. It fits Pog tokens like what I have here look great. There's something to be said about having an overhead view of like the actual enemies crawling up and you being able to rotate them around. Oh.
Okay.
Anyway, it's only that'll be
That
the
was
end
scary.
of it. Suddenly transitioned to the next playlist. So I mean,
the
next
point
song.
is to scare you. That worked.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. It's only $4.99 on the Bazaar Marketplace. Again, the price of part of a Starbucks coffee.
Yep.
And you get more than 100 Kobold themed tokens instantly available for your use. That'll be the end of my Bazaar showcase. And I hope, as usual, I've kind of like tweaked your minds a little as to stuff you can make with this content. The goal of these is always to show that you have imagination in you, you have greatness and great games within you, but sometimes it really helps to have these additional tools that you can quickly buy and throw together, because I think we all have a great DM inside us, but we don't always have the time to develop it.
Yeah.
And that'll be the end of my showcase. Thanks, Kakaroto.
Thank you. And that's indeed why we do all of these, and why we have all these packages on the bazaars to help DMs be able to DM and not waste too much time uh trying to, you know, come up with the stuff that they need. Like I was saying earlier, I spent very likely way over 100 hours just scouring the internet to find the right music for my Dead House. Curse of Strahd campaign. It was for one shot, but even for Curse of Strahd, my 2 year old campaign, that was also a lot of work. And at one point, I just couldn't continue. I was just reusing the same combat music, the same music for the ambiance and things like that. So being able to have these kinds of packages and uh, they are already kind of tailored for exactly what I need. I really loved seeing those. And with regards to these, whether the map itself or the tokens, you don't want to spend too much time trying to find all the stuff that you need to set up an adventure or a combat or just the immersion for your players. That's really awesome. And yeah, that's what the bazaar is for. If you just don't want to waste your time doing that and just want to work on getting ready to answer your players' questions and know what's hiding behind the door, spend your time doing that instead of trying to find the right token. Um, so, yeah, cool, awesome. We do have the giveaway to draw. So if you haven't already, hashtag giveaway in the chat to be entered. If I look at this, we have 8 people who entered, but 20 viewers. So some people have not been uh, uh, entering the giveaway. I don't know why, but yeah, anyone, if you want to be entered in the giveaway for a $20 gift card on the Forge, which you can use towards either your subscription or towards purchasing something from the bazaar, then type hashtag giveaway in chat and you'll be in the drawing. I'm just gonna give that a few more seconds for any latecomers, but then I'm just gonna be drawing that. All right. Okay, we got one more entry. And I guess that's it. I'm gonna lock the giveaway. And I'm gonna draw our winner. Azarius74. Azarius74. I hope you're here to claim your gift card. You drink just in time, Olorindel, but yeah, the gift card went to someone else. Azarius74. Cool, you're here. Thank you for participating. Thanks for everyone who participated in the giveaway, for listening to me ramble on for the past almost hour. And just showing you kind of all the stuff that's been happening here at the Forge. And yeah, congrats, Azarius. I'll let you contact us. If you send me, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna send you a message. As Kakaroto DM. Right, so I just sent you a message from Kakaroto DM, asking you. So just share your email address, and I'll send you the gift card to that email address. Thank you. Awesome. So that concludes our dev stream. We will be going into our Q&A section now. So if you have any questions, now would be the time. And so once we go through those questions, we'll be done for this stream. All right. Thanks, Olorindil. All right. So does anyone have any question about anything or about some of the stuff that we talked about today? No. Nothing here. Thanks. Back to prepping. Okay, well, thanks, Phalanx. Thanks for joining us and for being active in the chat as well, participating. Have fun with your prepping. Need to find that music. No, Destiny. Facebook login. I don't think we need to have a login with Facebook. Um, I'm not much of a Facebook user, and I don't think it's necessary. It doesn't benefit anyone. I don't think. At least with Google and Discord, we have plans to, like integration with Google Calendar or, Discord roles for support and all of that. But Facebook, I don't see a purpose for it. I thought about the GitHub login, but I don't think it's gonna happen either, Arcanus, because it's mostly going to be developers, and the Forge has the majority of users without GitHub, without not being developers. So the idea is not to have 10 different options to log in from, right? So the idea is to keep it as minimal as possible. I think 3 is a good number right now. We might go to 4, but I don't want it to go above that. Like 4 would be the maximum, but I think 3 is a good number for third-party services that you're able to log in with. Let's see, what was the question here? From Olorindil, I missed the updates. We'll have to watch the replay. What are the highlights? So the highlights are the new party chat feature. So you can start a party chat for your players and have email notifications if you want to send something to your players and things like that. That's a really cool feature that I'm really excited about. Other than that, the login with Google, login with Discord, as well as visual improvements to the game list and things like that. That's, I think, the highlights for today. Forge VR, Destiny, you're funny. You can already do that. You just need to install Virtual Desktop or something, right? All right. Any questions? Any other questions? Thanks. I wish there was an easier way to look at the changelog for updated modules. You should already be able to see changelog of updated modules. I mean, let's see here. If I switch back, so if you do the update, then you have your changelog right here. So you can already see, what updates are available, and those who have a changelog, you can just click on the little icon. I mean, some of them don't have changelogs. I mean, it's up to the developers, but others will have the changelog, and you'll be able to quickly access them. Olorindel. That's I think that it couldn't be made easier than this to be able to see the changelog of the packages. And if you want like a specific package, you also have the changelog button here, without having to go through the actual update. You know. Oh, my camera somehow died. But yeah, so changelog for a module during an update, or even without having to go through the update interface, you can have access to that already pretty easily, especially if you're using the bazaar. I mean, I know that some people don't always notice that the bazaar exists, and they especially if they don't have the game manager option enabled, they just go through the Foundry's own UI, and that's not as nice, in my opinion anyway, as the interface that we have in the bazaar. So maybe if you're going from there, you'll not have the same kind of info. But if you just use the bazaar for all your stuff, then it should be pretty easy. Right. So I don't see many questions today. So if anyone else comes with a question in next few seconds, great. Otherwise, I will call it a day. And yeah. Yes, the bazaar is great. Thank you. All right. Well, thanks everyone. I don't think there's any new questions coming. So thanks for being here, for following, and for your support, and thanks for letting us do what we do and provide you with the user experience that I want to give our users. Thanks for following, and see you next time. And if you have not done so already, follow us on Twitch and on Twitter, join our Discord, post on our Reddit, all the other stuff, all the socials. So there you go. I'm gonna paste. Ugh, that doesn't look so good. But anyway, I just pasted the links to Twitter, Discord, and Reddit in the chat. So follow us, and next time we'll have some more cool announcements for you guys. Thank you, and bye bye.